I suppose everything in politics is context as well as conflict. I think there are a few interesting things here, Roz. The PM is clearly moving on from just talking about marking the grief over Bondi to talking about issues about diplomacy. Now, there are two things that have happened here. One of them is that he's told Parliament that he wants to use the opportunity of this visit to raise the investigation into what happened to the Australian aid worker Zomi Frankcom and her colleagues who were hit by Israeli fire in Gaza. And also there is now this pressure on the Australian government over its position on the Israeli government announcing an escalation of its control over the West Bank, which is one of the Palestinian territories. So while Mr Albanese didn't make an explicit reference to it, without a doubt that is underlying the discussions, I think.
And while Mr Herzog has been here, we've seen Israel take an increasingly harder action in the occupied West Bank. What's been Australia's response to that?
Well, it was interesting, Roz. We saw a number of Muslim nations and the UN condemn the announcement that they were going to make it easier for Israelis to buy land in the West Bank, amongst other measures, and also take some control over a lot of significant sites. Australia wasn't saying a lot about it. If you rang up and asked, there was a referral to a statement from the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, which wasn't actually on their website yesterday afternoon. You had to ask for it. Government ministers haven't been out there really talking about it, but they've been saying that Australia, of course, objects to this, given that we're supporters of the two-state solution.
So how are you seeing this move in the West Bank then? It's coming ahead of Israel's elections later this year.
I think it's interesting. I mean, we've known for some time that the far-right ministers have indicated they want to see the West Bank effectively annexed, but they backed off that around September last year when, during the negotiations over the ceasefire in Gaza, when President Trump said that that was not going to happen, quote unquote. Now, this is a bit of a revival of that idea without a timeline, which I think is a signal to the political base in Israel that they're still pushing in that direction, but without actually talking about annexation, which would provoke the president, just as Prime Minister Netanyahu is heading there heading to Washington for talks. And in fact, President Trump has said in recent hours that he's reiterated that he does not want to accept the annexation of the West Bank.